Hey guys, I hope you're well. My name is Blakemore. I teach travel and sometimes triumph, and this is going to be a teach video. In this video, I wanted to give a range of tips to children and parents who may be moving to an online distance learning platform due to school closure. So let's get straight into a range of different tips to help support you guys with the transition. So to start off with, you need to be prepared. You need to make sure that you are fully understanding of all the different software that you are about to go and use. Before you start on the first day and get thrown into the deep end, you need to make sure that you are aware of how the learning platforms work that you are going to use with your school. So for example, my school are going to be using Google Classroom. So if I was a child or a parent, I would be making sure that I know how to get work from Google Classroom, how to submit work, and also how to adjust and adapt work from Google Classroom too. Space. Make sure you set up a comfortable learning environment within your home. School is fantastic because it provides a really good environment for children to learn. However, at home, it can be quite easy to get distracted. So set up an environment that supports learning and is comfortable for the child to complete their work. Communication. Make sure that you are aware of how to communicate correctly with your school, whether that's to find out whether the school is closed, whether that is to find out different bits about work, or whether that's just to ask for help. Make sure that you are understanding of the correct way to go down the communication line. For example, are you going to be able to email teachers? Are you going to have something set up so that you can do a Google Hangouts or something where you can communicate with each other live? Ask for help. Just because teachers aren't going to be around you all of the time, it doesn't mean that you can't ask for help, especially if you're stuck with work, just like being within the school environment normally. The one thing I will say is you need to be aware of when the correct time is to contact teachers. Emailing late at night might not get the response that you want, so be aware of the correct way to communicate and, most importantly, when. Scheduling. Scheduling is going to be critical. You need to understand what your timetable is, when work is going to be published, when you need to have that work in by, so that you can create a bit of a structure to your working week. Motivation. School's fantastic because children are all in the same area, making it much easier to be motivated. When you notice that other children are working hard, it makes you more motivated to do the work yourself. When you're at home alone, that's a little bit more difficult, so motivation might be a little bit more difficult. You can find motivation in a range of different ways, simply by setting yourself targets and trying to accomplish those targets. But at the same time, when we come to the communication strand, make sure that you're still able to communicate with your friends. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean you can't communicate with them too. So make sure that you do that as well. It's important that you maintain the relationships that you have within school by communicating with friends, also impacting your well-being overall. Rewards and breaks. Please make sure that you reward yourself. That's going to help you keep motivated, but at the same time, take a break. Looking at a screen for 5 hours throughout the day is going to be quite arduous, meaning tough. So make sure that you take the time to have a break. When you take that break, don't be that person who just sits on their phone. You've gone from a screen to a screen. So make sure that you take the time to go and be active. Get outside, play sports, play an instrument, jump in a pool, do all of those different things to stay active. It's going to be important to help you maintain your motivation. Patience. Patience is quite critical during the initial stages of setting up online distance learning. Your teachers, additionally, might need that patience too. It's a new process for everyone and everyone is in this together. So it's going to be quite important to be patient with the teachers. If there are any errors online, you then need to contact for support and just be patient with that approach and making sure that we can get things right together. Organisation. Chances are, as you switch to an online distance learning platform, you're going to need to complete more work online on a digital platform. Books are fantastic because you can write things down and things don't get lost. However, as you start to complete things online, things can sometimes get lost. So it's important to organise your work into the correct files and folders so that you're able to upload work efficiently and not lose things. The last thing you want is to have to recomplete work that you've already completed simply because you've not been organised. Embracing technology will help you remain more positive during this period of online learning. Embracing things such as Dropbox to back up work is another way that you can help be more organised and less likely to lose work too. Stay positive. Although it's easier said than done, developing the correct mindset and staying positive is going to be a critical step towards your success with this online learning platform. Teachers aren't going to be around in person to give you the support, although they will try and give you praise online. As a result, it's going to be important for you to consider giving yourself the correct praise. Rather than saying things like, oh, I can't do this is too tough, try and think about saying things such as, I'll be able to do this soon, and I'm going to beat this. I'm going to be able to triumph here. Triumph. So try and adopt a more positive mindset through using growth mindset. I'll post a link down below to a website to support growth mindset and developing that type of mentality. My final tip is please look after yourself. Learning is an emotional process that can sometimes take its toll. So learning how to look after yourself is also important. We spoke about the importance of breaks, but making sure that you're able to talk to people when you're having difficult days is also going to be critical too. Learning to look after yourself will help you in the long run, not only with online distance learning, but in all steps of life. So please make sure to do that. If you found anything interesting or you've enjoyed this video, make sure to like it. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe down in the corner. I usually make a range of teaching and traveling videos, so feel free to check those out, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. But for now, I'm out.